Okay, so let's finish this race. As you can see, we just turned on to King. We're about to hit mile 20. Let's do this thing. So as you're coming down King, just keep in mind you're going downhill. Um, just my own personal experience. I've never got to King feeling good at Columbus. That hill has always killed me personally. So my goal this year is I want to be feeling good on King because really, if you can get through King, there's not going to be many people there. Again, second half, it's not high energy. All right, it's all you. It's on you and anyone you're running with to help each other get through it. You're going to go down King, and you're going to get to Grandview Avenue. We're passing mile 20 as we go here. When you get to North Star Avenue, you're almost there. Broadview, and there's Grandview. So we're going to hug that turn. And on Grandview, you actually do get quite a bit of crowd support. I think my wife just got home, so my dog might come running up here soon. So apologies if that's the case. You're going to come down Grandview. There's tons of crowd support at this point. The community comes out and helps you out. Let's check water stations. On Grandview, there isn't one. Good to know. When I turn on Grandview, there, as you see off to the right, well, let's talk about a few things. One thing, the roads are labeled with numbers. So 6th Avenue, 5th Avenue. We're turning on 1st Avenue. You can see 7th here. So I like to use that to kind of count down to 1st. And 1st is a very key road, which we're going to get to in a little bit. As you're running down it, you're going to see some buildings off to the right, maybe 5, 6 stories tall. They do stand out. They are right at 3rd Avenue. So that kind of gives you a mental thing. I like having checkpoints and trigger points. So just know that that's there. We're passing mile 21. There's good crowd support. There's my dog. What's up, Dragon? All right. And, oops. Didn't mean to do that. We'll zoom in. Sorry, guys. We'll zoom in down here. You're going down Grandview. It's fun. It's high energy. And when you get to 1st, this is the key, all right? Get to 1st feeling good. 1st has a huge downhill. If you're dead, you can't use it. If you're still feeling all right, you can. All right, so we got to get to 1st feeling good. That is the total key to running the full well at Columbus. Get to 1st feeling good. It's mile 21, so you're on mile 22 as you hit it. And as you look at this elevation chart, you can see right here this big downhill. 1st Avenue. All right, it's coming. We're going to go from when we turn on to 1st, we're at 790, and in less than a mile, we're down to 725. Okay, so we're going more than 50 feet downhill. If you're dead, you can't open up the stride and use it. If you're still feeling good, you can. All right, so feel good when you get to 1st. That is the goal. All right, there is a water stop here, and if I remember right, let's check on it. That's probably when I'd take my last gel. So I would take my last gel on 1st right before that water stop. We're going to go down 1st. And let's see if I can remember this. I've only run this section a handful of times in training, so let's see if I can remember exactly when the downhill starts. When you cross Hope Avenue, there's Hope. All right, the downhill's going to start. I think it's right about here. There's a fork, Parkway goes off. You stay on 1st, and this is where the big steep downhill happens. Again, open it up, but keep your legs underneath you. So if you're striding out, you got to move your feet quicker. Get them back underneath your center of gravity so you're not braking. It's very hard to do if you're bonking, so we got to feel good on 1st. All right, we're going to go down 1st and get to the awful portion of this marathon. Yes, the second awful portion. This one, there's not a big hill or anything like that. But I used to hate it because you literally would be going down, it's a big wide opening, and the Olentangy River is in front of you, and to the right you can see the skyline of Columbus. You know that's where the finish is. That's to the south. And then to the left, you could see some of the taller buildings on campus, like the Shoe, Morrill, Lincoln. Now you can see a lot of the James, that kind of stuff. And you're thinking everything in you on mile 22 of the marathon and at the time I think it was more like mile 23, is thinking, I need to go right, I need to go south, I need to go to the finish, and it turns you left, and you're like, it's going the wrong way. They've kind of changed that up a little, but it's still an awful section, and we'll talk about why in just a second. First of all, this may look like a barren landscape to you, and that's because it is. Now, they've done a lot of construction. It's not as bad as it looks, but it feels as bad as it looks. So just know this section sucks. You're going to turn on a yard street. There's a big fancy new building they want you to run by. It's not anything fancy. You're going to do an out and back, which at this point in the marathon sucks. There are some people and a DJ here, which is kind of nice, but it lasts like 2 seconds, and then you're going back on the out and back, and it's horrible. Right about here, they have these stupid brick paved street things, and on your legs, which are now, what mile are we on here? Almost a mile marker 23. You're on the 23rd mile of the course. Your legs are dying, and it feels like you're running on rocks, and it sucks. I remember last year during this section, it felt like it was for a half mile. It's really only for like 100 yards. It's not as bad as it seems, but it is bad. But just get through it. Get through it and move on with your life. You're going to come down Junction. I believe there's a water station here too. Let's double check. Actually, there's not. I think they may have like a food thing there or something weird. The water station is actually right around the out and back. You're going to go up this Edge Hill Road. You're going to go by the nice Giant Eagle Market and the Goodwill Columbus and all that stuff. And you are heading north, which is a bit discouraging like we talked about, but it passes soon, and I just got, there we go. When you turn right on 5th, now you're heading back home. Alright, we're heading east back towards Columbus. I like this turn because it's all downhill from here. Not literally, but we aren't heading further away anymore. We are going back towards the finish line, so that is a positive thought that I like to cling to on 5th. This point, if it's hot, is when it's going to get real tough, guys. There's no shade for this little section. You're on the 24th mile. If it's hot, this is brutal. This is why I wear shades. You're heading east. The sun is rising. The sun is in your eyes on 5th. So you want to wear those. That's why I'm wearing shades. I actually find mentally, if I have the shades on, my mind, because it's not as bright, thinks it's a few degrees cooler. It makes a mental difference for me. Do your own thing. If you don't like wearing the glasses, don't wear them, but I wear shades there, and it's helpful for me. We're going to go through here. There's not many people. You're grinding. This is why the marathon's tough. I mean, it's not supposed to be easy. You're getting through 5th. When you get over the river, you don't have too far to go. We're going to turn right on Perry, which I felt like is quicker than this, but maybe not. There it is, Perry Street. Okay, and you're going to go down Perry. Again, there's not going to be many people. You're fighting. Let's take a look. Let's check elevation. Yeah, at this point on, there's slight climbs, but it's nothing noticeable. We do hit water. We hit water on 5th. Okay, and we've only got water. We don't have water again till Buttles, so make sure you hit it on 5th. You're going down Perry. There's not going to be many people. You're fighting. We hit the 24-mile mark, so now we're on mile 25 as we come down 3rd. This is another one where it's a longer street than I thought it was. I didn't remember 3rd being this long, so you got to get through it. And the last little section of this is also that cobblestone pavement. So just have your feet ready, pick up your knees, which I know is hard to do on the 25th mile, but do what you got to do. And as you turn right onto Neal, we are in the final stretch. There's going to be people now, so they're going to cheer you on. And how much distance do we have left once we go on Neal? So yeah, you're on the 25th mile, so we're talking 2.2 to go. It's time to pour out what you got left. So we're coming down Neal. You do get some shade. They usually take pictures here if you care about that. And I find there are a few more supporters here. The people who really know where you need it come out and get you here. My cross-country team always finds me on Neal. You know, some people wait at the finish, but I don't need you at the finish. I need you on Neal. And Neal goes when you're running it during training, Neil goes really fast. When you're racing it, it feels like an eternity. But you're going to get to the end of Neil, you're going to turn left on Buttles, and we're really getting close now, guys. We're going to fight up Buttles. I think there's a slight incline. Let's double check as we come around Buttles. Yeah, right here, you got a little bump. 740 to 754, so about a 15-footer. Nothing crazy, but at that point, it sucks. Goodale Park's beautiful, enjoy the views, and you've got, I believe, your last water stop right here on Buttles. Maybe second to last. I think it's second to last water stop on Buttles. No, that looks like the last one. Last one, so get a little sip of water and pour it down your back because it's going to be hot. And now we're back down Park, so we've run this street before. Now we're going the opposite direction, and we're in the final straightaway, guys. We are doing it. You get through, you're hurting, you're trying to catch every person you can. You're going to cross over 670. More and more people are going to be coming around the sidewalk here. You're going to start to get more crowd support. Right here is a little bump on front. Get over it. You can do it. And when you get to Nationwide, you're going to take this turn much more rounded than this. You have to go up just a hair, but then you get a nice downhill as you come down to High. So enjoy the downhill. At this point, we're talking about less than a mile, I think. I think we just passed the 25-mile marker. Let's see. Yeah, we passed the 25-mile marker on Park in front. So we are less than a mile when you get to High, and you've got like 2 blocks on High, which is noticeable. It's not quick, but you get to Spring, and when you get to Spring, man, it's the next street. The next street is long, and you get downhill down long. We ran up long at the start. We're running down long at the end. Use it, kick, kick, kick. There's going to be thousands of people supporting you once you get down to about here. And when you come around this turn and you get to this little footbridge, you can see the finish line up ahead, and man, it's kicking time, and it is wonderful. It is so much fun. There's no better feeling. You do have a slight uphill right at the finish, but you don't feel it at that point because you see the finish, and it's all systems go. And you cross the finish, and you're done. And that is the Columbus Marathon. It's a beautiful marathon. I love it. Someday I'm probably going to want to branch out and do New York and do Chicago, but I'm going to do it with a heavy heart because I love this marathon. I really do. And enjoy the kids on the side. Enjoy that crazy, intense first half through downtown with people just everywhere, but keep your emotions under control. And that second half, you really got to grind. Just remember that from the 315 bridge up to Jones Middle School is a 120-foot climb. Don't get discouraged, and try to keep it together and feel good at first. Feel good at first is our motto. If we can feel good at first, use that downhill. I think that's the key to breaking Columbus. So enjoy it. I enjoyed walking you through it, and if you have any questions, feel free to get at me on Facebook or whatever. I'm going to put a link to my blog in the description with turn-by-turn breakdowns with water and all that stuff. So, yeah, I think my dog wants me, so I better go.